Welcome back to another Album Book Club interview. This week we are talking to the Jasons, a punk band straight out of Crystal Lake that's got a lot of things to say.
All right. I think we'll just go ahead and kind of kick off with our first question here, which is how did you guys kind of come up with the Jasons theme for the band?
It was way less, intuitive than people think. I was watching a video of the Ramones, who are, probably my favorite band, one of, at least in that genre, and I remember, when I first discovered the Ramones, I thought they were kind of shitty, and part of that was because I was like, man, these guys just look like a bunch of, dork brothers, And of course, then later I, learned how fucking great they were and how amazing their music was, but I always thought it was at some point, the idea of four Jasons would be really funny because it's, again, four Mongoloid brothers. And I also heard Nikki Sixx say something once, which was if your name is famous, you're already famous. So his idea was he wanted to call Motley Crue Christmas, which is a fucking terrible idea. But if you see Joey Ramone with the face of Jason Voorhees, you're like, I know what both of those things are. So immediately people are more likely to pay attention to your band. Now it wasn't really that. Marketing wasn't really part of the idea, but the concept of Ramones music written from the perspective of a guy that gets no girls, or a Mongoloid killer just made sense. So it wasn't super calculated. It was almost hey, that'd be funny. And then, we just kind of went with it, and it's gone for 10 years now, and yeah, something like that.
Oh yeah,
nice. All right, so that kind of half answered this next question a little bit, but who musically is your guys' inspirations?
Yeah, it really started, Ramones first and foremost. At that point, it was almost like a project. That record that you got sitting behind you, our first record. The intent was to very specifically box the sound into the Ramones sound. It was only down picking, only 16th notes on the drums, those sorts of harmonies and melodies. So early on it was that, but then as much as other bands have made an entire career of just copying the Ramones, we kind of didn't want to do that. So we started branching out, and then around the time we recorded Get Fucked, which was our, it's our Master of Puppets. If there's an album that people, tend to associate with when they started hearing about the Jasons more in a more legitimate way, was that. And on that one, we decided to open up the gates and do a little more influences from bands like the Dwarves. I like the idea of it's pop punk, it's Beach Boys shit, but they would also stab you. So, bands like the Dwarves, we're big early Vandals fans, their first EP and their first, When in Rome Do As the Vandals, TSOL. Kind of more aggressive punk. And then with each subsequent record, we just started opening the doors to more influences. We're big fans of Wasp and Kiss and, bands like that. So at this point, I would say our musical influences are a lot more rooted in maybe Wasp and the Lillingtons, whereas back in the day it was fully Ramones. But as the primary songwriter, at least when I'm writing the songs, my goal is it always has to have a framework of down picking and 16th notes like a Ramones song, and then anything else can go on top of that. So long answer, but it changes a lot, and with every record we choose a couple core influences.
Heck yeah. Did you guys all kind of meet at Camp Crystal Lake, or did you just meet in high school?
It was kind of so the little known fact about the Jasons was 5 years prior to the Jasons, there was another Jasons that I started with some other people, and that resulted in a record that had 4 songs from me, 2 songs from the other person. It was my idea, but we then decided to, come up with this band. Looked very different then. The drummer wore a like a Letterman sweater with a C on it for Crystal Lake, you know, and it was a little more poppy. And that ended up breaking apart. Bullshit got in the way. My fault. But then it was just done, and the record we recorded was lost, is like totally gone. So I was frustrated for like years, man. I couldn't stop thinking about how much I wanted to do this project. I was in another band called the Renfields, still a band that endures to this day. Different members now, a lot more Jasons in that band now too. But I proposed it to the drummer at the time. I was like, "Yo, I want to do those Jason songs I wrote, you know, mine, not the other two that other guy wrote, and do an EP, and we'll all like wear hockey masks, but it'll be a Renfields thing." And he was like, "Nah, I don't want to do it. It's too basic. It's too simple. Nobody's gonna like it." And I was like, "If you don't want to do it, I'm doing it on my own. I'm gonna restart the band." You know, he's like, "Yeah, no one's gonna like it." And you know, then now the Renfields plays once a year, and the Jasons has just toured Europe. So you know, but anyways, after that, I just kind of approached people that I had connected with musically. One of which was the most important of which was Jason 3D. We were just friends, and I asked him to play the bass, and then he and I together started building what the Jasons is now. Without him, the band wouldn't be what it is now. It would have been something totally different. So really, that's my musical partner. As much as I like, you know, started the ball rolling, it's the two of us is the Jasons. And then we've had some members in and out, but our lineup is very stable now, and hopefully the one we stay with forever. That's the goal, you know.
Heck yeah.
What is your favorite part of the songwriting process?
Songwriting for me is almost something more related to like creating this sounds pretentious, so I don't mean it to be. It's like creating the like art of it. Like, so I would, if I could find a way to accomplish this without being a musician, I would be just as happy. Like, you could be a pro wrestler, you could be an actor. So for me, it's like if I can build a song and, you know, write some clever lyrics and see people's reaction and like unveil it, like that's the part that I like. I'm not like getting out any demons or like working through any personal, you know, shit. I'm just writing music to like, you know, become enamored with the idea of the song. Like one of our recent songs was called Bath and Make Me Come. That was our like one of our singles. And for me, the most like exciting process of that was like kind of finding like wordplay and lyrics from the Satanic Bible, and like finding ways to like weave all of that into a song that would like, you know, make people laugh or whatever. So yeah, it's less a getting the demons out thing for me, and more like creating like an idea for a song and watching it come to life. And I think that's like every time we put something out, I like to see people's reactions and responses, the good ones, the bad ones. You know, when someone reviews one of our records, if they say that it sucks, I still post it because I enjoy understanding how other people take it, right? It's like, so yeah, it's just the creating something and watching it happen. Probably the same for you guys, right? I mean, I don't know if you guys, like when you post your episodes, if you go back and rewatch through, like to me that's the like mark of a good, like I did something cool when I can like listen to my own songs for pleasure. Like, yeah, this is fucking cool, right? You know?
We get every once in a while where it's a rough rewatch, but we know it going in.
Do you read the comments? Like, do you guys go through and like?
Oh yeah, every single one.
You got to, right? I mean, like, you have to fearlessly let yourself read any criticisms that come your way, because then you're not worried about it anymore. You know, it's like, and I also try to consider if somebody, you know, we had a record, we did a split with the Black Russians, and on that record we were like, yo, we want to push into thrash metal a little bit with some of our songs, and the reviewer said he didn't like our side because he said it was sloppy and metallic, and I was like, brother, I know you're a pop punk guy, but that's called thrash metal. I didn't say that to him because that's his, you know, take, but I went like, yo, for me, that's exactly what we were going for, you know, but it's just good, you know, you have to have internal quality control, and if it passes that, you don't have to worry. But Yeah, for me, it's like I read all that shit. I want to hear the bad reviews. I want to hear the good reviews because it's already passed, muster up here if we put it out. So it's like anything after that is just like fascinating research into people's, response to our music.
So how do you kind of balance out appeasing your more punk fans and your more horror fans?
We never take into account other people's whether or not they'll like it musically, because I think if you're a fan of the Jasons, at this point, you probably understand the trajectory. I would say we don't necessarily try to think about the horror fans. We've gotten some horror fans over the years. I think Jason's fans are a little bit different breed too. They're like metalheads and they're punk rockers and horror fans as well. But we've never seen ourselves as a horror band. I know that seems fucking stupid but we always said like we're not a horror punk band. We're just a Ramones core band wearing hockey masks. And so, I never worry too much about whether or not people will like it, because I think if you've been with us for long enough, you understand that we have a lot of satire and we have a lot of like snotty humor, and that's kind of what you come with us for. There was a point when this promoter was trying to help us. He was trying to give us good advice, and it was not what we needed. But he said, y'all would be like really cool if a girl came running out in her like underwear and you guys came out and chased her with a chainsaw. And we were like, bro, number one, Jason doesn't use a chainsaw, but number two, we're not trying to be like the scary Jasons. Like, I guess if there is a concept to this band, it's like the Trailer Park Boys decided to start a punk band and, decided the best way to market it was to use a Jason mask, so like I think sometimes people see us and think we're gonna try to be like scary or something, but never really been about that, man. So horror fans I think like us just because we've been in and around that community. We've done Horror Hound, we've done a lot of horror conventions, we've done soundtracks to movies, but yeah, I never considered us a horror punk band or anything like that, The Renfields, our other band, definitely was. This one's not,
Is there any new music in the works right now?
Yeah, we just put out a live record, recorded in a studio with no cuts, no edits, and then we dubbed in on that record that's behind you. B-side of that is a fake live record, which is in the tradition of the Huntingtons' fake live record, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and the Queers did one. So coming up after that is a real live record, which is us recorded at Reggie's Legendary Rock Club on our tour with the Queers. We're going to re-record Stalkin' / Summer, our second record, because the production's terrible, and we're going to bring in Joe Queer as the producer on that. And then next year, the ultimate thing is our next full length, which is Satan Cells. That's been in the works for a long time. We already released a 7-inch with the title track, but that's our next full length. And so yeah, always lots of stuff in the works. We have a lot of other projects and bands that we're working with too, so we kind of take breaks and deviations and stuff, but always new records. I would say the next thing that's going to come out is probably another reissue of one of our old records, but after that, Satan Cells is probably like 30 to 40% done as a record.
So after being kind of going for so long, how do you find yourself being able to come up with these songs still and stay to your all's theming?
I always, for me, when I start writing a record, I always need like a axe to grind, like something that's I'm like kind of irritated with or pissed off about. So, when we did Get Fucked, I was pissed off because people kept like looking at us as just a gimmick band, and I didn't feel like we had much respect from like real punk bands. So that record was like a big fuck you to them. And then the record after that, Blood in the Streets, was like a little celebration of like, yeah, motherfuckers, because we had sort of like broke through a lot of barriers with that record, and we started getting on big tours and clawed our way to the top. So Blood in the Streets was like the aftermath of that. And So with like our new record, the axe to grind that I started is kind of the linchpin to the whole record. Is I started getting irritated by bands like Ghost and Twin Temple, and some of these bands that are just like blatantly pop bands, and they're just using satanic imagery, and then like your 40-year-old aunt thinks she's like edgy because she has a shirt that says "Hail Satan, drink coffee, pet kitties," and it's like, fuck off with that. Like, Satan's not scary anymore to anybody anymore. Your grandmother's not afraid of Satan. An upside down cross is like the least edgy thing you can do. So of course we're gonna put so many upside down crosses on it. We're gonna do super satanic stuff, but the gimmick is like we're just doing it because it makes money. So I don't know, and I think my axe to grind with that is because I'm like a black metal guy. So when I see a band like Twin Temple's the fucking worst, and people are like, oh, we better not say much about it. It's like, dude, satanic doo-wop or whatever the fuck they're playing it's embarrassing to me. Like, fucking Anton LaVey would be rolling over in his fucking grave with his marketing bullshit. And so yeah, hopefully we can make some of those guys mad. Hopefully you guys don't like Twin Temple. Fuck, I don't know. If you do, it's okay. But it's like just the idea that like somebody in 2025 thinks that having an inverted cross on your record is like edgy. Like, it's insane. So we're gonna make fun of that. That's our axe to grind. And sound wise, it's Accept and Wasp meets the Ramones. So yeah, I can't write a Jason's record unless I'm kind of like irritated about something. That's why we've had a couple years break, because I didn't have that thing in me that needed to write a Jason's record, So when I'm talking about it now, talking about Twin Temple, I'm like getting pissed off. I'm like, fuck those guys, bunch of dorks. So I know I'm ready. I know it's time to write a Jason's record. So,
do you have any fun or funny live stories from playing shows?
I do. I have a lot, but the most recent one, we were on tour with the Queers, and we did a tour in Texas, through Texas, and we're standing there in the parking lot, and I see this dude walking in who's got really long black hair in a leather jacket and wearing some sunglasses, and he yells over at me, goes like I'm just standing there, I'm unmasked, I'm putting on my shit, getting ready for the show, and he goes, hey. And I'm like, yo, what? And he goes, where's Zach? And I'm like, who the fuck is Zach, dude? What? And he goes, Zach from the Radio Buzzkills. It was another band on the tour, and I was like, oh, I don't know, man. I'm like, why is he asking me? But then I noticed, I was like, bro, this guy looks like Joey Belladonna from Anthrax, and I love Anthrax, and I was like, hey, man. I'm like, you look like Joey Belladonna, bro. And he looks back at me like I'm a fucking idiot, and he goes, I'm supposed to be Joey Ramone, look him up. And I'm like, oh, okay, motherfucker, which is absurd to me, because I'm like, hey, I'm on a tour with the Queers in a Ramones core band, and you're telling me to look Joey Ramone up. So I was like, who is this fucking guy, right? So we go into the club, and I think our drummer, Jason Held, goes, dude, that guy you yelled at is here, dressed fully in a Joey Ramone costume, he's got all of it, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Please let this guy come into the club while we're playing. Please, I can't wait, because I'm gonna fucking get him from this. I'm gonna tear him to shreds from the stage. But he doesn't come in. So I tell the entire audience, and it's this packed club in Texas, and I'm like, yo, listen, there's some dork out there dressed like Joey Ramone, and I told him he looked like Joey Belladonna, and I relay that story, and everybody's laughing and they're rolling their eyes, and I can tell that this is a dude that goes there a lot. I'm like, I guess he's not coming in though, so fuck. But if he does, we're gonna get him, right? So we playing some more songs, and then I see him walk in, and I'm like, fuck yes, good, because this is what the Jasons do. And so he walks in. Now everyone is in on the joke. Everybody knows what happened before, so the crowd is with us, and I'm like, yo, everybody, we got Joey Ramone in the flesh here, and everybody's fucking cheering, and this guy's like, yeah, motherfucker, and I said, yeah, and when we're done, I'm gonna play Johnny Ramone, I'm gonna fuck your girlfriend. And he's like, what? And the whole crowd's like, yeah, because they all know he's been a dick to me before. And so he's yelling back and forth, and he's like, I'm gonna fuck you up when we're done. And my bandmate, I don't remember saying this, but if I did, it was funny. It was badass. My bandmate said that I said, "You ain't fucking nothing, brother." So we're just arguing the whole time. We're giving each other the finger, and I keep telling him Joey Ramone sucks, and I keep telling all kinds of shit. So when we're done, I walk off stage, and now he and I are both in the mosh pit together while the Queers are playing. And we keep bumping into each other, and then he goes up front, so I go up front, and I'm singing, and I'm trying to get in his way. He's pretty tall guy, very skinny though. So anyways, at the end of the show, when it all clears out, we've like not talked or anything, and he like walks up to me, and I'm like, "Yo, what's up?" And he's like, "Yo, what's up?" And I was like, "Bro." I was like, I'm fucking in character up here, but what the fuck's going on? And he's like, what? I was like, bro, you were no dick to me. Fucking, he's like, yeah, I'm sorry, man. I don't know. So we shake hands. We get a picture together. And then he goes, hey, you want to come out to my car? I got a baseball bat out there. And I was like, a baseball bat? He's like, yeah, we'll get some pictures with it. And I was like, this guy's going to try to beat me with a baseball bat after this show. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. Walk out to this dude's car with him and his friend. He opens the trunk and pulls out a baseball bat. And I'm like, this guy's going to try to fucking club me over the fucking head. But I had to go. I wanted to see what's going on. And he pulls it out and he starts going, beat on the Brett, beat on the Brett. And his friend starts filming us singing Beat on the Brett with a baseball bat. And then we shook hands and we left. So it was a bizarre moment where me and Joey Ramone almost got into a fight. And I have photos to prove the existence of this human. And apparently, he's in a sweet fucking Ramones cover band. Yeah, that's my favorite story from that tour, by far. Yeah.
So at the end of these interviews, we always ask if you have an album for us to review on our weekly podcast.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do. I've been listening to this record non-stop. I'm so excited, and I know you guys haven't heard it. If you have heard it, you gotta tell me, but I would recommend, and I can't wait to watch the episode. It's called Curtain Wall. You heard this band, Curtain Wall? CURTA''N Wall, and the album is called Georgie the Dragon. It's black metal, but it's the kind of black metal that this poor guy gets completely shit on by other black metal people. They say he doesn't take it seriously, and it's like, well, obviously, but it's got hooks and hooks for days. It's one of the most entertaining records, and also I think the dude's pretty fucking he's pretty fucking talented. So yeah, that's the record. It lives rent free up here in my head right now. So Curtain Wall, Georgie the Dragon, and then if you like that one, Siege Obsessed. All of his shit is like interesting and good, but Georgie the Dragon's the one.
And this is where we get to our favorite part of the show. This is the Plug Yo Shit segment. This is where you get to shout out everything you got going on, coming out, and coming up.
Oh, shit. I would say if you want to keep up with the Jasons and all the shit we got coming up, just follow us over on Instagram. It's run by Mr. Jason 3D, and he does a great job of that. We have our record label is Mom's Basement Records. They've been putting out our stuff for quite a while. They're the best pop punk label, and even if you're not looking for Jason's stuff, if you want to keep up on what's going on with pop punk across the world, they are the people for you. If you like that Ramones sound and want to dig into that, definitely go there. As far as stuff that we got to plug specifically, we're merch guys. We come from the discipleship of Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, so you can look forward to Jason's rugs, Jason's pillows, Jason's rings, Jason's butt plugs, which we already have at the merch booth currently. We're working on Jason's Create Your Own Mask kits, and we also have our biggest show of the year, the annual Halloween show we do in Morgantown, West Virginia. It's kind of our area that we live in, and it sells out every single year. We have exclusive merch. This year, we are bringing the Huntingtons, which is our Ramones, our favorite pop punk band of all time, to headline, and then it's us, our friends Ghost Road, and Sweetheart Grip, which is Jason Hell's other project. So also check that out. But yeah, man, we're pretty active on social media. You can follow me, Jason_fucking_V. I love to chat. And the Jasons on Instagram, man. We do Facebook and shit too, but I think Instagram's the place where you can keep up with us the most, you know.
Thank you much. I think that's all we've got for you.
Cool, man. Thank you for inviting me. I'm so sorry I was late, but the Jasons are always late, so
Yeah,
part of it. Yo, yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate you guys.